20 years, a little more, W3C has provided a number of data-related and data and metadata-related standards. So a number of them have been mentioned on Christophe's slides already. RDF, Sparkle, OWL, Shackle, to name a few. Let's face it, the adoption of those standards has not been as spectacular as the adoption of HTML, CSS, for example. But still, we have seen significant adoption, especially by some communities. I'm thinking of libraries of sciences, and of course, as we have seen, IDSA. And so it has proven the value of the standards for achieving interoperability inside those communities. But our challenge now is interoperability across data spaces, across communities. And for this, we need to move to the next level. So I don't pretend to have definite answers to tackle this challenge, but at least a few ideas that I want to share. Sorry, yes. About things that are happening right now inside W3C, but also around W3C, especially in various community groups. Okay, it's no secret that I'm a big fan of JSON-LD, and I think that what JSON-LD did really well to onboard a large number of people that were not necessarily very keen to using linked data and semantic web standards was instead of requiring them to make the extra mile to adopt those technologies, the standards made the extra mile towards them by making it possible for them to continue using the formats and the tools that we're used to, and making those formats and those tools, let's say, automatically compliant with the standard. Instead of telling them, you need to change this in order to be compliant, JSON-LD says them, you need to add this little thing next to your data. Little can be quite big, but you need to add this next to your data. And then you can still use your data under the same format. You can still use the same tool to handle and process your data, as long as you keep this thing, the JSON-LD context. Then your data can be seen as linked data and can be made interoperable on a larger scale. I think there are a lot of lessons to be learned from JSON-LD. Good lessons and bad lessons, because not everything is working perfectly. Okay? And those lessons have already been applied in other contexts. The credential community group has developed CBOR-LD. So CBOR, for those who don't know that, is a binary, very concise notation. And CBOR-LD is an effort to produce a very compressed representation of a small JSON-LD document that can be, for example, encoded in a QR code. Currently, the same kind of discussions is happening around YAML-LD. And a number of people are using YAML rather than JSON, with a number of advantages for doing that. And I'm saying currently the discussion has started only a few weeks ago, and it has gone quite big very quickly. So I think there's also a very interesting thing happening there. So one thing is, as JSON-LD did, make the extra mile from existing formats, allowing existing tools to be still used and made compliant, not by changing them, but by just adding enough metadata next to the data to make it compliant. The other really interesting discussions that are happening are around shared vocabularies. I mean, interoperability can only be achieved if there's a shared point of view on the world described by the data. And those shared vocabularies have been called ontologies, schemas, shapes, you name it, okay? And for core semantic web people, those shared vocabulary, the assumption was that those shared vocabularies would take the form of an ontology, or more recently, of shackled shapes. But the fact is that a number of people currently are designing those shared vocabularies as JSON schema. So why not, instead, again, of telling them, no, you should adapt your practices and use this ontology language or this shape language, why not try to adapt. With JSON LD, we have a way to say, okay, this JSON schema is actually a shackle shape in disguise. And as a matter of fact, a number of efforts in that direction have already happened in different communities. And at the moment, those communities are starting to talk together and trying to, I was about to say shape something, to make something, something common out of those ideas. So my take-home message would be, in order to achieve this cross data space interoperability, this global scale interoperability using linked data standards, my belief is that we need to stop thinking of linked data as yet another data model that people need to adopt, but rather as a unifying view on existing data, existing formats, such as JSON, CBOR, YAML, and schema languages such as JSON schema, open standard APIs, JSON types, and so on. And by doing so, I think we can onboard more people and help those communities of practice continue using the tools and format they're used to, but in a more interoperable way.